What's up, everybody? This is the first episode of our newest podcast. It is called Ridiculously Professional. It is made to highlight people who have taken non-traditional paths to be professional in business. On the show, we've got Zach Eischen, who is the director of sales for Waverez.
Get
Known,
it.
known Zach for a good amount of time. Honestly, probably one of the best salespeople I've known past 20 years. He kills it.
You're too kind. You're too
So
kind.
stoked to have you here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's gonna be fun.
Kind of to give you like the outline of how things are going to go. We have a picture, our background. We talk about our backgrounds first. Then we'll drop into the rest of the show, which is kind of like I don't know, variety show meets. We're still figuring it out, honestly.
We're running
Yeah,
with it.
we're running
Pardon
with
the
it.
interruption
Yes,
meets the business world. I don't know.
perfect. Boom. So we're going to have a timer in the corner to keep us all on task. You can watch, you can see how this timer's running. We're going to put 5 minutes on the clock. We're going to talk about our backgrounds here. So Zach, what do you got going?
Yeah,
You got a boat?
yeah. So look, man, this is basically my dream behind my head.
Okay.
So like as you know, but for everyone out there, I started off in the maritime industry. I love boats. I love the water. Most of my leisurely time is spent on the water, and I have this dream of just sailing the ocean blue and doing it on a catamaran. It's also like a crutch for me. Like whenever times get tough, I like create this image in my head of like, hey, you know what? This is all going to be worth it one day because you're going to buy a catamaran and
Yeah.
sail around the world. And so it's like one of those things that like helps keep my sanity. And so I don't know, today, like with a new kind of idea and exploring this with you, I was like, that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like we're catamaran Zach today, you know? And so, yeah, it's a little bit about that.
I think that a lot of people call it their happy place.
The happy
You can
place.
like actually, yeah,
This is my happy. You are literally looking at Zach
yeah,
Eishen's happy place. This is
that's
it.
pretty cool. Is there
Good.
like anywhere you want to go? Sorry.
Yeah, no, I honestly like I think it would be so cool to like go through the Caribbean. There's so many different islands that you can like easily hop to in that
Nice.
area. Would love to hit Fiji up. It is my dream to surf Cloudbreak. I've surfed many different places around the world, but that is one of them that has not been achieved yet. And doing it on a catamaran, even better.
So
So yeah, man, wherever the wind takes me,
nice.
and maybe sometimes we're three sheets to the wind, and maybe
Hmm.
sometimes we're walking the plank. Who knows?
Woo.
But we are on the boat and we're living.
So perfect.
Tell me about yours, dude. Yours, I
Yeah.
love it. It looks cool.
Yeah. My background. So I got this is artist. His name's Philippe Pantone. I was in regular business world, went off and became an artist. And this guy basically started as a like regular street artist, graffitiing all over the place, and then built his way back into being a like a fine art artist. And so one of his like cool things that he has in that process is like he used to go spray paint buses and people like the city was trying to stop him, and now the city pays for his art on buses. That's kind of like goes with the theme of the ridiculously professional to me is like finding different ways to become like a professional in like your field that you're at.
What a flex moment in that guy's life.
I
Like,
know.
what a flex moment. Like the moment when he got asked to paint on buses.
Oh yeah.
Wow, he probably felt so much just serotonin in his
Oh,
system,
dude,
you know?
he's got these huge buildings too, and he's got his own
Yeah.
like center, like I said, just taking it from like what you love doing and then turning it into like your job is pretty awesome.
We love that. We love those moments. I feel like everybody has those moments where it reminds them, like, yeah, like no one thought I could do this, and I just did that. And
That's
now I
what you
get
did.
paid to do what I used to get in trouble for doing. I mean, come on.
That's got to be like one of the best free feelings too, because you know when they're like that saying like if you do what you love, you'll never feel like you work a day in your life.
Yep.
Is that literally not what you're trying to do in that situation? Like it's not just like yeah.
That's the goal. That's what we're all chasing, you know? I feel like for me, that's my catamaran right here. That is it. But as a background, I used to be a boat captain, right? So it's
Yeah.
kind of funny. Like that's talk about ridiculous professional. I kind of got away from doing something that I loved, and I'm not doing something I don't love now. But what's cool, what I do now is now I kind of built off that whole career I had on the water,
Yeah.
and now I help businesses on the water become more successful and using technology. And so I mean, I mean, nothing like this guy, this artist, I mean, would love to get there one day, but you got to celebrate those small wins,
Oh yeah. Well,
when you're on your path.
I think it's pretty cool too, because actually it sounds like you don't normally think this is how it's gonna go, or maybe you don't even know that there's other avenues as you're doing it. I think like when you're starting out, you see like maybe the captain is the best way to go. And then all of a sudden, as you're doing it more and more, you're like, oh wait, maybe maybe I want to get on the software side. Maybe I want to you see like where you can help out and where you're good at it, basically.
Exactly. And I think landing in those spaces where you're like reaching more people or able to reach more people, like
Yeah.
on a boat, maybe I have 20 passengers on at max at a time, giving them, are we
With
timered?
our buzzer hit.
We're buzzard. Shut up. We're moving on.
All right, perfect. Well, in that abrupt stop, now we are going to move to our next segment that we call Post Alone.
What you talking about? What you talking about out there? You
It is,
know?
yeah, it is where we talk about posts that we've made on LinkedIn this week. We go over them and yeah, we can kind of like give a real background, say what it is that we're doing. So let me pull up, I'm
What
gonna pull up your
what you talking
your
about,
LinkedIn.
Branson? What you talking about out there? The people want to know.
Let me pull up Zach's real quick, and I'll pull it up for everybody to see.
Don't use me as a cop out. Act this way.
Yeah. All right. So, Zach, this week, oh, actually, I gotta start our timer again.
Yeah, because
Boom.
we'll just go forever if we don't
Yes.
stop if we don't start that damn timer.
Yes. Okay, perfect. So we've got Zach's post, which you can see up now. Uh, Zach, tell me about this. It seems like you were talking, we're looking at the post that talks about selling.
Yeah, yeah.
What's
So look, in full transparency too, like I have gotten to a point, I've never been incredibly active on socials or anything like that. And it's actually something that's recently um I've inspired to get my name out there a little bit more, like start putting ideas out into the ether and see what happens, right? Be a little bit more risky in that sense. So I made this post like I naturally like have a really like sales centric mind, and I've
hmm
noticed that the age old tale of a cold call and kind of like what you do when you get a cold call. Are cold calls still effective? This is just like a constant topic that comes up, and it's having another moment right now. And I feel like it's because of Q1. I feel like Q1 of any given year is like when everyone starts talking about cold calls again. So
Makes
with
sense.
this post. I was just trying to get an idea of like, one, put something out there that I actually love, that happens to me, which is probably goes against what most people love, and that's being sold to. It's actually as a seller and both someone who's managing a sales department, I kind of get the best of both worlds there, and I have most recently been able to be sold to because of my new position, and
Yeah.
it's kind of a new feeling, like having people who are like me reaching out to me to try to sell me, and I've been really enjoying it because I'm kind of able to like learn from their mistakes, maybe be like, oh, I actually really like that and add that to my process, just like refining my own process by viewing another process. And it made me realize like this is great. Like, please cold call me because like I'm gonna like one, maybe buy your product, maybe not. I'm
Yeah.
gonna leave that door open though, because I know that a product that I don't use today could be a product that I use tomorrow. But two, I'm gonna study you. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna use your process and have it help mine and the people that I work with. So my post was really just kind of like highlighting, hey, if you look at things a little bit differently, one, cold calling is never going to go away. If you disagree with me, let's come onto the show. We will have a debate, and I will win. No, I'm down to I'm down to hear the opinions.
So I love this post because I feel the same way. I love it when people are actually, yeah, I think that people don't know that like sales professionals are actually getting the same. I got the same people that are writing DMs to me every day. I got people that are cold emailing me. I got people that are cold calling me. And I just thought that's how business worked. Like, because otherwise I got to go out and research all these companies. I got to think of ideas. Like, I already have all these processes that I'm trying to build. So I don't have time to do all that. I love it when people send me stuff that is unique, or like being able to see kind of the same patterns over and over. So yeah, maybe it's because your salespeople like I love being sold to. So that's why I really like this one.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think people need to be open to it a little bit more too. Like, again, everyone just kind of like deals with how they think they should deal with a cold call, but any relationship, any business or personal has all started in some shape and form from a cold intro. So
it's
I
true.
think I think it's I think it's just something that's never going to go away because it's of human nature. But what you talking about, Branson? What people want to know,
We
man?
got,
What are you talking about these days?
I got,
Are you doing your most recent one?
we can do the most recent one. Yeah. So in my most recent one, I talked about business cards. So I was talking about this company sent out this email, talked about the fact that business cards weren't the end game, leads are. And I also have like started getting into LinkedIn now, which I wasn't doing before, but like I come from a time that called like the bridge generation, where basically we didn't have social media and all that to begin with. Like, you would go to networking events, you go to get a card, you started making friends with people, and then you'd go bring the cards back, and then you call the people up that like you connected with basically. And so I feel like there's this like push towards getting leads, and I think that we've lost like the whole point of like, if somebody gives you a business card, to me, they're not a lead anymore. Like, that could be a business connection, that could be a prospect. Like, you've kind of broken that barrier. And I just felt like this company's direction of just thinking about leads is thinking everybody's a number. So, and we hit time on that one.
Wait, but okay, just like pardon the
We
interruption,
keep it
I
going. We
need
keep it
we're
going.
we're going a little bit deeper on this one because dude, this reminds me, what's that company? Ancestry.com. It's kind of
Yeah.
similar, right? And we won't put this company on blast because they're actually, I think they're up to some good things, but I like what you're saying, Branson. But Ancestries.com, their goal was never to be what they are today,
Yes.
right? And this was written in the business plan. Like, look it up. They were always going to be a like medicine and pill manufacturer. And their whole goal was that they were going to collect all the information over people's DNA for years and years, and that was going to be the main product that like, hey, like learn from what part of the world you're from. But what they're actually really doing, and they are upfront about that, is that they're going to be studying DNA and giving personalized and specialized medicine based on someone's DNA. So this company is kind of similar. It's interesting how they're doing it, but like they started out business cards, but let's be honest, I don't think they realized that iPhones would be able to touch each other and give each
No.
other contact information. Like it's hard to
But
foresee that happening, and they had to pivot.
okay, so where I feel like in the pivot though, and what I'm trying to make the point here is I liked this company because it was more than just the phones touching overall. Because once, I don't know if you've done this, like where you meet somebody and then you get their contact and then you totally forget about them because you've got all these other things going on. This was
Yep.
like a personal CRM. So now I'm actually remembering, oh, I met this person overall at this event and I did this. And like, I think it has massive capabilities to like send you reminder emails when you get super busy and connect to their LinkedIn. So it's got like a full ecosystem. And to me, that seems like they broke from that and then went from to just selling data. And I think that's where I was disappointed, because I was like, isn't the point to like be building these connections? And that's what I liked and what I needed help with. But I also understand that companies do have to pivot, and that's why I'm not putting them on blast overall too, because I get it. Companies, things change, and like you said, overnight, the iPhone changed their probably what their whole initial plan was.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, where my head went while you were saying that was like, I could go through my phone right now and find so many contacts that's like, call this Uber driver once you're a millionaire one day, because like we had some crazy conversation about like some business idea, probably on like a Saturday night, and like, dude, you need to call me one day when you're a millionaire. Like I
You got them
shamelessly,
in there, yeah.
I shamelessly have a couple in there, But if I had the CRM, I get what you're saying though. If
See?
you have that CRM aspect, you know, I,
Yes.
I'll remember that,
I think it's like helping you versus like the idea is getting away from everybody just being numbers. Hey, can we turn this into revenue as fast as we can? And actually like, where can I make real business connections? How can I like actually help connect with people and help them out overall? So
Yes. Okay, we went longer on
boom.
our
All right, we
segment,
went
but pardon the
longer. So
interruption.
next we're gonna run into what do you meme? So we're going to talk about the use of business memes overall.
People start
Um,
doing it. It's a
yeah,
new day and
I
age.
know.
Communicate with images. It's
And
okay.
I, s- I hate doing it, honestly.
It
It's,
it feels weird, but it's such a good way to communicate. There's
it
just too
is.
much data in
I
a
know.
visual form that represents every feeling any human could have. It's like
I
instead of
know.
like saying like too many words, just send an image.
Oh, it makes so
Just
much more
send an
sense.
image and everyone gets what
So,
you're talking about.
so what we're gonna do, we're gonna drop in some memes because I'm gonna be honest with you, this is not a great example because I'm using like a classic meme, but I'm also seeing the same memes over and over and over again. And I think that we probably should be able to like throw out memes, maybe throw some like use ideas for them.
Start the clock. Here we go.
And so the meme that we're pulling up today is the Pablo waiting meme. Uh,
If you didn't watch this series, by the way, do
yeah,
yourself a favor and go watch the Narcos series. One of the greatest shows on television, dare I say, history.
yes. The applications for this all over the place. I find it to be like something where like when somebody says they're going to send something, you haven't, heard from them in a bit, you drop this one in. It makes it a lot easier than like writing them constantly because it lets them know, where you're at.
Let's digress this, right? Like let's
Okay.
dissect this. Okay,
Yes.
so role playing. I'm
Yes.
selling you, Branson. I'm
Yep.
selling you, and
Perfect.
I'm like, yo, man, I got the best things in sliced bread, and
Yes.
you're interested.
Yep.
Okay, but then you ghost me.
Yes.
Let me ask you a simple question.
Yep.
Would you want to get the classic from the sales rep? Like, hey, Branson, just following up, touching base to see if
No.
you're still interested in my product. Like, everybody, let's stop doing that.
Yeah.
Drop the Pablo Escobar waiting meme
I
in
feel,
the email. Because you know why? It's funny and it just
yes.
described everything you were going to say that was going to be blatantly boring.
It's so perfect overall. And I don't feel like it's aggressive. Like you're having fun with it. Like and everybody knows like when you write those 14 emails, because I know a lot of sales reps do this, they just keep writing. It's kind of one of those where like the person knows that you're, like that you're there overall, but they're busy. And so I think that it's kind of like a communication back and forth to each other too. Like, hey man, I know you're busy, or hey, whoever I'm talking to, I know you're busy, but I'm also
It,
chilling over here, basically.
Exactly. And back to your point, like that you were talking about the business cards and establishing real business relationships with, I think people forget and lose sight of that, but
Yes.
okay, so let's say if in that same case, if I send that meme, which means the same thing as like, hello, Brenton, I'm following up
Yes.
and trying to, see if you're still interested in my product. If you send that same meme, maybe the best slash worst case scenario is you make them laugh and they're not interested anymore. But
Yes.
you made them laugh. You're
You're
memorable,
ending on
and
a high note. It's
you're ending on
perfect.
a high note. It's like, and
Yes.
that's okay. And it's like this isn't some like scheme, people, right?
No.
Like this isn't. This is being genuine. Like send a meme, see what happens. Like just like, try to make people laugh. Try to make people's day a little bit better in
That
everything that you do, even in the business world.
that's what I try to like. I've had that philosophy in everything for sales is most people have stressful jobs. Most people have to be super serious all day through their job. The last thing they want to do is be serious. Like they want to have a good time and kind of break from that a little bit when they're talking to a salesperson. And so I think that that's kind of also something that we're doing is, I don't know, breaking it down to like the real feeling of like we're just two people who are doing our jobs. Here's the job that I have, and let's have fun doing it.
100%. We are in the year of being earnest, right?
Yes.
It's all about being
I,
earnest now and genuine. Like let's drop this whole act. I mean, let's be honest. Most of us are in business meetings every single day in sweatpants, you know.
from the work from home situation.
Probably less than
Yeah,
sweatpants too, you know what I
true.
mean? So it's like, we got the nice shirt on. I'm in sweatpants right now. Let's be honest. I got a nice little scotch and soda,
Yeah,
polo on. This is my
yeah.
meeting polo, but I'm in
I,
sweatpants.
I got a bathing suit on.
Yeah, that's even better. You just beat me, dude. My sweatpants are so lame now. But
No,
you're
but
being earnest. Come on,
yeah,
people, send the memes. Let's start
yeah,
talking more memes. But there's also a fine line. You can't really
right.
okay, so in the same case, let's say I just send you the meme, but let's say I send you the meme and then I still say like, "Hey Branson, like following up with you, I
No,
just thought this." No, 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 no. Yeah,
the
can't do that.
the
You
the meme
just
is
drop the meme. It's mic drop.
the meme is the end.
The
So
meme
I
is the
think,
end.
and I actually don't know that it's even the first. I think that maybe you send like a reminder just to make sure, and
Yeah.
then you drop the meme in to let the person know, like I'm there, but also like I'm not going to keep bugging you because I wouldn't want somebody bugging me constantly. Honestly, I'd be like, hey, I saw it. I'll get to you when I get to you. That's
E- exactly.
the
And
nicest of ways.
you make up a good point too. Like, I don't think that that's going to work for every personality type.
Yes.
So you do, as a good business person, it's not even just sales and business in general. You got to kind of like read the room that you're in. So, but if it is a memeable room, let's send the meme.
Send the meme. That was our buzzer on that one.
Eh.
Eh. All right. So now we are on to what is our last segment? This is the lightning round. So in the lightning round, we're going to ask a couple of questions, just quick fire answers. Uh, Again, we'll see how if 5 minutes is good for this, but we're just going to drop them. So put 5 minutes up on the clock. And the first question for you, Zach, what is your hype song? Sales hype song all around.
Not like us, Kendrick Lamar,
Man,
West Coast baby all
man,
day.
that is a heavy one. You play that like right before calls?
Well, hey, they're not like us, dog.
Yeah, I
So,
got it. It's a good one. It is a
boom, mic
strong
drop. Moving
drop.
on.
Yes. Okay.
Hey, we got a timer to beat
No,
here, all
no,
right? Come on.
no,
Pull it
not
together.
okay. Non-businessy business book.
Greatest salesman in the world, OG Mandino.
Amazing.
Wait, I need
Never.
to ask you one though. Come on
Yeah,
now.
that's what I'm saying.
Okay, leadership myth that needs to die.
Uh, man, that's a heavy one. Leadership myth needs to die is that uh oh, man, leadership myth that needs to die is if if uh that you need to constantly be checking if people are getting work done. If the if the
Yes.
if the task gets done, that's all that matters. It doesn't, the work isn't the thing, the task getting done is where it's at.
Results, people. I'm talking
Yes.
to all you managers out there.
Yes. All right. And oh, you're gonna throw it now.
Oh yeah, let me get you. Okay, hit me with what do you think about Gladiator 2?
I don't think it's gonna be Gladiator 1 because I don't think it can.
It was terrible. I mean, if you're asking me, it was terrible. Like that's the end of that answer. It was terrible, period. Moving on.
Okay. Biggest professional flex.
Having multiple people, I used to be a boat captain, right? So having multiple people tell me the same thing happened a few times, which after the charter was over, they looked me in the eye and they said, "You just gave me the greatest day of my life." Biggest professional
Boom.
flex. Boom. There's nothing better. Closing big deals, whatever. No, giving people the best day of their life. Someone telling me that multiple times, different people. That's my flex.
All right. Pitch me a totally absurd but somehow brilliant business idea.
Okay, so listen up. Listen up. We need to find a way to make this work. A cat food feeder, but for the wet food. Now, okay, now I know what everyone's thinking right now. They have that already. Guys, it doesn't work. It's not good enough yet. I'm talking, we need to find a way, not just like the three feeder and it's like refrigerated. I
Okay.
want to have a automatic cat food feeder for the wet food. The dry food one works great. But
Okay.
for the wet food, that lasts at least a week.
Okay.
At least a week. The most these ones out here right now could last for 3 days and you still need to like clean it. I'm talking this thing needs to clean itself and
Okay.
scoop itself for at least 7 days.
Can you add an AI application to this, or is this straight?
I mean, put AI in anything, man. Put
Oh my
AI in the
gosh.
cat food and maybe the cat will start feeding itself.
Oh my
Maybe that's
God.
the put the chip in
We
the
just went
cats.
a long way. Yeah, we got to get the cat.
Put the chip
Why?
in the cats, man. They'll feed
Why not
themselves.
automate the cat? Man, learning new things every day.
Every day.
All right.
We're gonna find a way to do it.
You got any other ones?
Yeah, okay. Let me think about this. Okay, how about this? Let's bring it. Let's keep it real here. So, what advice do you have to anyone who maybe doesn't have the traditional credentials? Remember, people, this show is all about non-traditional paths to getting to being successful in the business world. Not that cookie cutter stuff, non-traditional. What advice do you have to anyone who maybe doesn't have the traditional credentials but wants to be big?
I would say that you need to think with everything with first principles thinking. Basically, you need to go back and be like, is can this be done a completely different way? Have we been doing it basically not the correct way the whole time? And is there a way to break it down to its simplest form? And is there a way that I can use whatever I'm good at to get there from that direction?
I love
So
that.
you start over and then you build from there.
I love that. I love that so much. I mean, just timeless wisdom right there from Branson Murphy, folks.
Uh, all right, and let's see where we're at. We got 23 more seconds. Uh,
Hit me with something.
man, Mac or PC?
Oh my God, I could get fired for this one, but I am going Mac all the day, folks, all day long.
Me too.
Mac all
The
day
whole thing
long.
loops in, so
I
that
love you,
makes sense.
engineers. We need you and I love you, but we are Mac all day long, people.
Ding, ding, ding.
There we go.
All right, that's the end. And so that's the end of our first show. So this is Ridiculously Professional. I am Branson Murphy, Director of Sales at Quibble. Zach Eischen, who is the Director of Sales at Waverez, and can't wait to do another one of these.
We'll see you next time, folks.
Uh,
Drop the meme in the emails. Don't be afraid. Do it. Peace.
See ya.